Jesse Palmer may be one of the biggest rising stars in the media landscape, and that also includes his work that he has done at the college football level throughout the years. He was never truly a star player in college football and was a career backup in the NFL, but he was taught as a kid to just say yes to any opportunity that presents itself. That ideology has changed his life. This is the story of Jesse Palmer. This is the story of the rising star in the media. But before we get into this, if you enjoy college football content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm planning to release a video every day from now until Christmas. Also, let me know who your favorite college football personality is in the comments section below. Jesse Palmer was born on October 5th, 1978 in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, but was raised in Nepean, Ontario, which is a suburb of Ottawa. Jesse's father, Bill, played at the Canadian professional football level for the Ottawa Rough Riders and Montreal Alouettes as a linebacker. While his father's playing career was over when he was a kid, he came across his old uniforms and pictures, which led to him falling in love with the American game of football rather than the Canadian game of hockey. Rather than following in his father's footsteps on the defensive side of the ball, though, Jesse instead chose to play quarterback. Rather than playing high school football, though, Jesse played in the Ontario Minor Football Association, spending time with both the Ottawa Norsemen and the Meyer Rider Football Club of Ottawa. There he caught the attention of college football coaching legend Steve Spurrier, who was the head coach of Florida at the time. Palmer attended a French immersion school which led to him learning English, French, German, and even Portuguese. His mother, a model, sent him to drama camp every summer, and he also dabbled in a little modeling himself and back-to-school spreads. After high school, he moved from Ontario directly down to Florida to join the Gators football team in 1997. He joined a quarterback room with Doug Johnson and later Rex Grossman, never becoming the star guy, but was one of the team's leaders, even being named a team captain and earning the Gators Fergie Ferguson Award, which is given to the senior football player who displays outstanding leadership, character, and courage. When he arrived, Florida was coming off the 1996 national title, and while he was at Florida, they would never find the same success. They still managed to win their division in 1999, an SEC title in 2000 though. While Palmer was at Florida, they would go 39-11 while he threw for 3,700 yards and 31 touchdowns over 4 seasons. He finished his senior year throwing for 1,650 yards, 11 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, while also rushing for 6 touchdowns on the ground. While those are not eye-popping numbers, they were good enough for him to be drafted by the New York Giants in the 4th round of the 2001 NFL Draft, while also being drafted in the 2nd round of the Canadian Football League. According to Palmer, getting drafted by the New York Giants was the greatest thing that could have ever happened in his life. While he struggled with the culture shock that is New York City, he also just soaked it in. He became enamored by the history of the city and the architecture, and also took trips to Europe to learn more about food and fashion in those cities like Paris, Budapest, and Stockholm. He told The Athletic's Justin Williams back in October, "I became more curious, more confident. My whole life to that point was football, and the sport completely orchestrated my emotions. Now I'm traveling to all these places and living in a city that is the mecca of food and culture. It opened up all my other passions." While with the New York Giants, he mainly spent time as Kerry Collins' backup, but saw playing time in 2 games in 2002 and 6 games with 3 starts in 2003. But heading into the 2004 season, his life would change. He was cast in Season 5 of The Bachelor, which was looking to take the show to the next level with a quarterback from a big market team. Palmer was worried that his teammates and coaches might believe he wasn't serious about football, and even the team, but also knew it could lead to opportunities down the road. His father grew up telling him that life was always an adventure and he should try different experiences and enjoy the journey. While Palmer did not find love through the show, it did lead to him gaining more confidence. The show filmed during that offseason, and he returned to the Giants for the 2004 season, fighting for a roster spot after the G-Men just hired Tom Coughlin and drafted Eli Manning. While he did not see any playing time during that season, the show aired that fall and thrusted him into the limelight, making him one of the biggest named backups in the league. Heading into the 2005 regular season, Palmer was cut by the Giants, and following that he worked out for the Minnesota Vikings and Oakland Raiders before signing for the San Francisco 49ers. When Alex Smith and Ken Dorsey returned from injury, he was cut but re-signed during the 2006 offseason, but later released again. The Montreal Alouettes signed him to a developmental roster spot, but he would never play it down in the CFL, choosing to retire in 2007 to pursue a broadcasting career. He signed with ESPN in 2007, working as a studio analyst the past 17 years, but spent the early part of his broadcasting career calling 2 games a week. During one offseason, his mom called him, telling him he was too young and handsome to sit idle at home during the offseason when there were other opportunities to have. This sparked Palmer, who had developed a love for food, to get a hosting gig for Food Network Canada. Palmer told The Athletic, "It's crazy how much The Bachelor benefited me in all of these things outside of sports. When I got the Food Network job, they straight up told me they were looking for someone that their female audience would know and relate to." The Athletic's Justin Williams wrote, "From there came roles as special contributor to Good Morning America in 2015, the inaugural host of the Daily Mail TV, a syndicate news and entertainment show. In 2017, he returned to the ABC airwaves in 2018 to host The Proposal, a short-lived Bachelor on steroids gambit, and later The Ultimate Surfer competition, all while juggling Food Network and ESPN responsibilities. Jesse was making a name for himself in football. Jesse was making a name for himself in the football world and outside the football world. Rob Mills, the executive vice president of unscripted and alternate entertainment for Walt Disney Television, including the Bachelor franchise, told The Athletic, I had the sense that Jesse was going to be the face of something very big. I didn't know what or when, but it felt like it was pointing towards that direction. And I loved that Jesse was always game for whatever we wanted him to do. He's not a diva." When Chris Harrison was announced to be leaving The Bachelor as host, Jesse received a phone call as one of the shortlist replacement candidates. ABC knew of his work and how well he had performed in different types of shows, and was greenlit as the next host of the Bachelor franchise. Kaylee Harden, a sideline reporter for Amazon's Thursday Night Football, spoke greatly on Palmer's abilities to cross over into different sections of the industry. While some may sit back and be content with a single opportunity like a college football analyst gig, Jesse continued to grind during the college football season and during the offseason as his life came full circle. He's involved with production during game days as well as for different college football games as well. Joe Tessitore spoke highly of his coworker, saying, "There's a lot of great analysts who are okay broadcasters, and vice versa. He's everything." This past year, Palmer wanted to return to the game day booth, and ESPN and ABC worked together to make that work. Something Walt Disney would not just do for anybody. They delayed rose ceremonies and other things for The Bachelor to provide him that opportunity. He's proud of being that kid from Nepean, Ontario, who overcame the odds to reach the NFL, does not care about any fame or fortune. He wants to be a role model and leave a legacy. Jesse Palmer is one of my favorite guys to watch on ESPN week in and week out, and I cannot wait to see the opportunities that are presented to him in the future. He is a rising star not just in college football, but in the media outside of college football as well. What do you think? Who is your favorite college football personality? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of my other videos YouTube thinks you will love right here. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more college football content. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.